Hello peoples, welcome back to another episode of Terraria 1.3.1 Expert Mode. That's right, 1.3.1. There's been an update to the game which mostly includes wiring stuff. But before I get into that, I'm going to see what kind of new stuff I have left to go over in the new stuff chest. Ancient Necro Helmet is the same as Necro Helmet, but it's just got a different look. I think it used to be, I guess, the original look of the Necro Helmet they were going to go with. Viking Helmet drops from the Vikings inside the ice caves for defense. Nothing much to show, except it does look rather strikingly similar to a certain, other video game. Ice Skates. I found this in an ice chest. It can also be turned into something else. Provides extra mobility on ice. I think you move a bit faster, or you got more control, you don't slip. Ice will not break when you fall on it. Oh, that's very good for thin ice. So, Wyatt, what can I do with ice skates? Ooh, wow, I can do two things. Combine with lightning boots, or jellyfish diving gear to make Arctic diving gear, or frost spark boots. These are the other things I make with sturdy fossil. Bone throwing knife. I wonder what the velocity is on this. Not very strong of an arc. You can throw pretty rapidly. Oh, and sometimes they won't break. What about the bone javelin? Oh, that goes farther. Probably twice as much. And sometimes you'll get these back too. And the amber staff. This would have been good for me. It's pretty rapid fire, but it's just it does a little less damage than the diamond staff I already had. Nazar, I got it from the floating skulls in the dungeon. This gives immunity to curse. Curse is the thing that prevents me from using weapons, heal potions, anything at all. Now this strange brew, I got this from the skeleton merchant in the caves. Bony Marrow Face, or whatever. I think it's a random name each time. 400 mana is very good for a caster, and 400 mana is probably something you can only get from certain gear set bonuses or equipment. Sometimes you'll get arcane whatever it is, and that gives plus 20 mana. These are... what's that? That combines with another status prevention item. Megaphone to create counter curse mantra. Immunity to silence and curse. Lastly, this Muramasa I got from the dungeon. I went in and I opened up one of the locked chests I couldn't before. This is actually used to make, what is it? Knight's Edge. I can do that. I can craft it together with a Blood Butcherer, Blade of Grass, and Fiery Greatsword, which I cannot get quite yet. So let's see what Susanna has for me in the new 1.3.1. Hey Pineapple Tim, did you just come from Smador's? Smandor the Goblin Tinkerer. Did he say anything about me by chance? I don't know. I did come from there, but I didn't speak to him. So let's see. New things I see right away is this yellow wrench, which places yellow wire. Previously, you could only place red, blue, and green. The other things you've probably seen before. I think the icon for switch has changed. Pressure plates aren't new, except yellow is not new. Teal pressure pad. That's new. Activates when a projectile touches it. What else? Junction box. Separates wire paths, which is also hammerable. Mechanical ruler. I have seen this already. Mechanical lens. That's new. Engineering helmet, which is also new. And wire bulb. I want to try out all of these. I'm going to run back and get some gold and buy those and see what they're all about. Alright, here we are, and great news, it's not raining anymore, finally. Wyatt, I bought this fancy new thing, it's called a mechanical lens, and apparently it can be turned into other stuff. So in addition to granting improved wire vision, what else does it do? Multicolor wrench? Wait a minute. Oh, I can combine wrenches. That's cool. I can combine it with the ruler and 60 wire to make grand design. Ultimate control over wires. Right click while holding to edit wire settings. Ooh. So one ultimate wire tool. Oh, actually. Okay then. Well, let me get started on messing around here. Grab my red wrench. Wire cutter can be combined with wire things. Let me grab a bunch of wires. Red wrench. And I got plenty of... Now, where's that other thing I just set up? Here it is, trap chest. So, place wire with red. That's nice. Yellow. Place this yellow wire. You don't need to stick it on a block that's already been placed. You can start in midair. Improved wire vision. What? Okay, what if I equip it? Anything different? What if I remove it? What if I remove it from inventory? Okay, there it is. So as long as it's in your inventory, you can see wires. Previously, you would need to hold in your hands either a wrench or a wire cutter to be able to see where exactly the wires are. But as long as this is in my inventory, it also does not need to be equipped. I can see wires just fine. Now another thing, let me see here. What if I put blue going this way? And I want to try out this junction box. Separates wire paths. Do I place it directly on the wire? I don't know. I just did it. What if I remove this wire lens? I'm not sure what's going on here. Do I have to cut them up with the wire cutter? Okay, and then I'll place red and yellow. For red, yellow. I don't know. Whoops. I just removed the junction box. Am I supposed to right click on it to use it? No, there's no actual use for it that way. I'll have to read up on junction box. Now, there's quite a lot of mess in here. Where's my cutter? Nice thing about cutters, I think that in 1.3 they increased the range on the reach of these things quite a lot, so it makes it a lot easier to remove and place wires. Let me take that, so I'll read up on it later. Anything else before I... Well, the pressure pad. I want to try this out real quick. Engineering helmet is just a, visual thing. Looks similar to the engineer from Team Fortress 2. I do believe that's what they were trying to do. And wire bulb. I will try to combine this with wire bulb. So, probably can be placed on a wall, I'm assuming. Yep, okay. So if I hit that with a projectile, it should activate. Then I need to connect it to some wires. And just for fun, connect it to this junction box. I want to see what specially happens. So, okay, red wire here. What I'm trying to do is see, I have a theory about how the junction box, what is it? No, not junction box, wire bulb works. So whenever a colored wire connects to it and is activated, the bulb will light up the same color of the wire that's feeding into it. So the one on top should turn red and yellow, and the one on the left should only turn red. Now, where can I find some projectiles? These, I wonder if this works. Does this work? Let me remove that just to get a better look at things. It does work. Oh. Okay, and since the water sprayer, Aqua Scepter, is constantly sending out different bolts. You hear that clicking? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's constantly turning on and off, so if it was just a single projectile, apparently I can't do 2. If it was a single projectile, it would just toggle on and off like a switch. Not sure what kind of practical uses that has, but it is pretty cool, and it is how it works. Interesting things. I wonder what they were thinking about, like the kind of things they wanted people to do with them. Oh, okay. Next fun thing, I think, well, logically, would be to see if I can actually combine all this cool stuff right now. I need each wrench and wire cutters, and a tinkerer's workshop. You bet I do, I have all those things. Okay, let me craft one multicolor wrench. Material. Ta-da! Right-click while holding to edit wire settings. Okay, so looks like I could choose which color wire I place. It's currently red. So shift. What was it? Right-click while holding. Okay, right-click. And I'm holding right-click. Looks like I can move my cursor to the right. Let go of right-click. Oh no. Left-click. Oh, red and yellow? Cut. Wrench. Cut. Okay. Alright, and you'll see there's a little minus symbol on each red and yellow. So I'm wondering if that actually cuts red and yellow wire. This is kind of tricky. Okay, so I've entered wrench mode. I've turned on blue and green. So let me place blue and green over this red and yellow. Go back into wire cutter mode. Turn on red and yellow. So that should remove any red and yellow, but keep blue and green. It does! That's pretty cool. Now, is there a way to remove this interface? Okay, I can just right-click elsewhere. Or even on the interface itself. Okay, and I just left-clicked to toggle between wire cutter and wrench. I can even place 4 wires at once. Does that cost 4 wires? It does. You can see my wire count in the hotbar here, going down by 4 each time. That is pretty cool. Now, in addition to all this funky wire stuff that I don't know anything about, maybe Wyatt can tell me. Oh, geez, that is going to get old real fast. I'm going to have to drop this. Because of that line on the screen constantly following my cursor around. Maybe he can tell me some real basic stuff that can be crafted with things like wood and stone. I'm looking for new things. Nothing yet. Some icons have changed, like living wood wall, but like actually placing them in the world, that has not changed their appearance. Nothing new that I can see. What about stone? Okay, these crystal things I think are already in the game. Ore bricks. Oh yeah, statues are lighter. Oh, these gem locks. Place or remove large amethysts. I've seen this before because I've asked Wyatt what I can make and I'm not really sure what these are. So 10 stone and 5 of a gem. Let me see if I can figure out what it is or does. Grand design, these crazy lines, I gotta put it away. And what was it? 5 of any gem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And not sure what kind of crafting station I needed. Bird, calm down. It's not the end of the world. I may need a tinkerer's workshop, which is right here. I may not need a tinkerer's workshop. I may need a heavy workbench, yes. Can be placed. Right-click to place or remove large topazes. Can be placed or removed. Wow, this thing is big. Okay, cannot be placed. Wait, where can it be placed? Inside a wall. On side a wall. When you say can be placed, I mean, you assume you can actually place it. Does it go onto the wall? Like this. It does. Right click to gem lock. Wait a minute, I think I know what this is. Alright, I've wired up the topaz lock to this door here to see what happens, and I'm pretty sure I know what it does. Let me drop this for a moment. So, I have the large topaz in my inventory. it's made with 15 topaz gem blocks. You can also make a large gem of any other gem for 15. So I right-clicked, placed the large topaz in the topaz lock. That is strange. Out of the way. Off, on. Off, on. Oh, okay. I thought that putting the gem inside would trigger an on state, but it just toggles the state that it's in. So, gem in, door open. Then I can just change the door manually. Gem out, door open. Gem in, door shut. Nice. So it acts as sort of a unique kind of input device. Awesome. Okay, this has been episode 40 of Terraria 1.3.1. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to follow along with the series or anything else on my channel, you can subscribe as well. Okay, next time I'm going to try and explore more of the Skeletron dungeon, maybe find the rest of the hard mode chests, and who knows what else. Okay, till then, be well, stay well, and farewell.